Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jess and this is Le Garden Life. I make content on all things health and wellness, femininity, and lifestyle. So if any of that interests you, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know when I upload our new content. I make content twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. So if you hit the notification bell, you'll be the first to know when I upload that third video. So without further ado, let's get started into this video. So today's video is about the red flags in dating. I have 5 tips, so it's 5 tips or 5 red flags when dating. So we're gonna just get right into it. Number 5, I put he or she, either or, is pushy. He or she is pushy, and I put that as number 5, and it's very important. If you date someone and you feel as if they are pushing you or pressuring you in some sort of way, that is indeed a red flag, ladies. That is a red flag. You should not feel as if you are being pressured into doing something. Things should flow easily for you. They should be comfortable for you. It shouldn't make you feel as if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. So, for an example of this would be, if um, I don't know. Let's say a guy wants to see you past 10 o'clock. Let's say that as an example. He wants to see you past 10 o'clock. Well, I'm not quite sure like where you're able to go past 10 o'clock, but let's just say he wants to see you past 10 and you feel uncomfortable because you feel as if there's nothing really open past 10 o'clock. And he may want to say, oh, we can just talk, we can just sit and talk or something like that, and you don't feel comfortable with it, and you state that, I don't feel comfortable, it's late at night, and I prefer to talk to you in a nice open setting or in a restaurant or a lounge or somewhere that's nice and open. And he's pushing you, he's like, oh, come on, it'll just be for a few minutes, I just want to see you, blah blah blah. That is being pushy. That is trying to pressure you into doing something that you are uncomfortable with doing, and that is a red flag. Any man who truly respects you will not push you into doing something that you do not want to do. So if he's pushing you into doing something that you feel uncomfortable about, and he knows that you are uncomfortable with that, he does not respect you or your boundary because you made it clear that you feel uncomfortable with that situation, and he does not care. So that is a red flag, and you should avoid it. Any man that does not respect you or your comfort level or how you truly feel is a man who will not respect you at all. So that is number 5. Number 4, I put he has an attitude, and I also put poor communication as this one as well. So he has an attitude problem or anger issues or just poor communication, all of that. That's a red flag. Any man who is unable to express himself without losing his temper or express himself without fully communicating how he feels without getting upset with you or becoming, whether it's violent or hostile or whatever the case, aggressive, any of those things, is a man that's a huge red flag. He's not able to control himself, control his anger. He has no control over what he does, and who knows in the future what he is capable of doing. If he's able to do that with you in the dating stage, he has an attitude with you while dating, he has poor communication with you while dating, just imagine what he would do if you are together. So he's showing you his red flags and traits that are not beneficial for you. They're quite scary, honestly. And a relationship that doesn't have any communication is a relationship that is set for destruction, because communication is key in a relationship. So yeah, that's red flag number 4. Number 3, I put he has baggage. He has baggage. So what I mean by that, everyone has their own sort of baggage in their own way. But what I mean by baggage is his baggage is very present in his life. So let's just say, he had some sort of childhood trauma that he hasn't dealt with yet. And fast forward to now, that trauma comes out in a sense of him not being able to trust, or him not being able to, just do certain things, or when he talks to you, it feels as if it's a therapy session. You know, like he's just dumping all of his emotions on you or his feelings on you and making you feel as if you have to counsel him and console him and, make him feel better in those ways. And that's not your job. You're not a therapist for him. You're not there so that he can dump his emotions on you. And that's baggage. That's baggage that he hasn't dealt with, and so he dumps it onto the next person so that he doesn't have to deal with that. And dumping that on you can cause emotional stress for you. And so a man who has baggage is a no-go. No-go. Recommend therapy and move on. Just don't look back. So number 2 is insults. So he insults you in any sort of way, and this can also be considered negging. In like the narcissistic world, negging is quite common. And so what negging is basically when a man will insult you to pretty much see how far he can get with that. And eventually he will continue to neg you. He will continue to, make you feel uncomfortable. He will continue to disrespect you, because it's all disrespect. And, at the end of the day, it's still disrespect. But it's basically his way of disrespecting you and seeing how far he can go with it. That's negging. So an example of that would be, if he, let's say he called you fat or something like that. Well, that's not only rude, but it's negging as well, especially in the beginning. If he starts to say certain things to you and he doesn't know you, that is negging, and it's to see how far he can push you, to see how far he can control you. So he said he called you fat, for example, and you didn't do anything about it. You just sat there and was like, hey, that's not nice, or you ignored it. You pretended as if you didn't hear him or something like that. Well, continue on. He may call you fat again another day. He may, call you other things. He will continue to nag you or to push you to see how far he can go. And that is abuse. That is abuse. That's something that narcissists use quite often, because it's their way of seeing how far they can push you, to see how far they're able to control you. So, nagging is a huge red flag. Insults across the board is a red flag. Like, that should never be okay for anyone. Anyone who insults you is someone that you do not need in your life. It's one thing called constructive criticism. It's another thing when you insult me. So yes, if a man can disrespect you enough to degrade you and call you negative names and things like that, he does not respect you, he does not care about you, and he never will. So quietly exit. Do not confront, do not, state your opinion on it. Don't do any of that. Just bow out gracefully and exit quickly. Quickly, and do not look back. So that is number 2. Number 1 is his words and his actions do not align. So if a man is telling you, oh, I think you're so great, you're so wonderful, I feel like we have a wonderful connection, and, I would love to get to know you more, and his actions is basically showing that he does not call you, he does not text you, he does not schedule for a date in the near future, he does not, check on you and see how you're doing or care about your well-being in any sort of way. His actions are not aligning with his words, and that is a red flag. So that just goes to show that he is not as interested as he's saying that he is, and he is literally wasting your time. Exit stage left. Do not look back. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You continue to exit, and you just continue to exit. Don't look back anymore. So those are my 5 tips. If you have any more tips or any red flags that you feel are important to share, please leave them down below in the comment section. I would love to read them. And just know, what other red flags do you feel are important to, share with women and things like that, just to make sure that we protect ourselves at all times when it comes to dating. And so once again, thank you for viewing my video. Please feel free to like this video as well as subscribe to my channel so that you can see more content that I make similar to this video if you enjoyed it. And again, thank you for watching. Bye.